Hello everybody, welcome to another SeemsGoodMagic video. Today is Thursday, which means you get some magic with Sam, just like Wednesday, and this week, just like Tuesday, so it's a great week for all of you and for me. Here we have a cool website in which you can simulate a draft of Modern Masters 2017. So, two things I want to warn everybody about before we get into this. One, I'm not drafting against other humans, I'm drafting against bots. So the way the bots are programmed is, they rank all the cards on power level, they take the best one for the first few picks, and then they adjust their rankings based on what colors they're in. So the bots will usually end up with like a solid 2 to 3 color deck, but it is early in the format. Not a lot of people have drafted it on here, so the rankings may be a little bit messed up. It's not like drafting against actual competition, but it's pretty good practice, especially when you're not going to get a lot of practice in Modern Masters 17 anyways. And the drafts are going to be pretty expensive, right? So if you're going to draft it, you want to make sure you're getting your money's worth. So doing a little practice, even just to get to know the cards and the general archetypes, is probably a good idea. Number two, I'm going to be doing a bunch of these on my channel as well. Samuel Rubin, link to that will be in the description down below, so please go check that out. On to the draft. I'm going to try to give a little bit of time for people to read the cards, just as I am going to have to read some of the cards. So this is pack number one, pick number one. We're just going to go through one draft today. I expect to take 10 to 15 minutes, and hopefully that is an awesome video. I hope you guys enjoy. If you like my picks, hate my picks, want to talk about Modern Masters, all in the comment section down below, and don't forget to thumbs up this video. Love having discussions with each and every one of you in the comment section down below. So Broodmate Dragon is a bomb. It is Jund colored, but as you can see from this pack, there are guild gates, there are signets, there's a lot of fixing in this set. So taking something that's basically an 8/8 flyer, right? 8 power, 8 toughness with a flying for 6 mana is probably the way to go. There's an Inquisition of Kozilek, 2 signets, a ground assault that goes very well with Broodmate Dragon, right? If you're ramping up to this, getting enough lands, that's going to be pretty good. Sylvan Ranger, also pretty solid, right? Lets you search your library for a basic land card. There is definitely a Rakdos Unearth deck going around here with Desecration Demon and Cathari Bomber. Centaur Healer kind of making the green-white mid-rangey deck. So again, I think multiple colors is very reasonable with all the signets and the guild gates, so just going to take a bomb like Broodmate Dragon. Here you get a Voice of Resurgence, a Jungle Shrine, a Rocks War Monk, which is pretty insane, an Opportunity, which is great, although we don't really know how slow or fast this format is yet. A Golgari Guildgate goes with our first pick. Voice is good, but it's not as insane and limited as it is in Constructed. That being said, there is a foil missing, right? A foil would go right here, I believe. So the other pack, the foil was Desecration Demon. I don't know what it was out of this pack. Maybe they just don't like Voice. Again, this could just be a messed up thing. I don't know if the card that someone took before this was realistic or not. But anyways, I think I'm just going to grab it. Could take a Jungle Shrine if I'm really dedicated to staying on color, but as I said, with the tricolor lands, the guild gates, the signets, I think it's pretty easy to play a multicolor deck, and I think Voice is just a pretty strong card, and most people would pick it just because of monetary value anyway. So Shimmering Grotto is not going to be the way to go. Mystic Genesis used to be a rare, actually, I believe, in Dragon's Maze. Temporal Mastery is sick mythic rare, but not the best in limited here. Although when you miracle it, Time Walk's a pretty good. Scorched Rusaka is decent in some aggro decks, but not the best. Sensor Splicer is fine, but not anywhere near the capabilities or the power of Blade Splicer. Falconwrath Noble is interesting, because it is just a 2/2 flyer, but you get some advantage at the end. And this is a 4/4 Trampler for 3 is pretty interesting as well. Arcanus Web can attack or block. Oh, so if you enchant something with 4 or less, that's interesting. I think I'm going to go ahead and take the Unburial Rites. Just considering what we already have in our deck. And we could definitely be like a junk Unburial Rites kind of deck. So I think I'm going to go ahead and take that, like a value Unburial Rites deck. So Intangible Virtue is definitely good here. Rubber Belt Maka makes me think that the red decks want to be aggressive. Giant Baiting is interesting. As you cast a spell, you may tap 2 untapped creatures you can make when you do copy it. So you can make, okay, 8/8s with haste, but they don't get trample, right? Pitfall Trap is fine, but not, it's fine. Intangible Virtue is insane though, but not in our deck. Forbidden Alchemy is pretty good in the graveyard-based shenanigan decks. Let's see, so this is what we have so far. Until unturned, where X is the number of attacking creatures. Okay, we could just go with a Rubble Belt Maka. It's fine, although I'm not sure we're attacking that much. I don't know if I want Dredgescape Zombie or Mortician Beetle or Giant Baiting. I probably don't want Giant Baiting here. Huh. This is a very interesting pick. Because, you know, this is kind of where we are. We're like, we could be Jund, we could be Reanimator, etc., etc. I don't think Giant Baiting is good. I don't think Mortician Beetle is fantastic. I'm going to go ahead and take a Rubble Belt Maka here. And I'm going to follow that up with a Burning Tree Emissary, I think. Whenever a non-token creature dies, you get a 1/1 Sapperling, another Giant Baiting, this 3-mana 2/2 First Striker, and a Sunhome Guildmage. Sunhome Guildmage is fantastic, but if we are in Jund, I think we take Burning Tree Emissary. Although Sunhome Guildmage is just a bomb, you get to create things. We might just be... we could just be Naya. Alright, I'm going to take Sunhome Guildmage. I think it's a better card. We're going to get a Burning Tree Emissary follow-up here. So we're going to need to pick up some lands like Boros Guildgate and stuff. Gnawing Zombie definitely goes in the Sacrifice deck. So does Mud Button Torch Runner. I'm sorry. But I'm going to take the Burning Tree Emissary here over the Lone Missionary, which goes in the Life Gain deck, and the core Hookmaster. Alright, we get Zur, the Enchanter. We also get another Rubble Belt Maka, another Mystic Genesis, a Sim Guildgate, another Intangible Virtue, but we're far away from that. Yeah, Zur the Enchanter is obviously going to be good, but I don't know how great it is in this limited environment. I mean, there are enchantments like Intangible Virtue, so maybe it is pretty good. I'm going to grab another Rubble Belt Maka, though, and I'm going to take a Sky Knight Legionnaire here over Rubble Belt Maka, over Nice Art of Is It Charm, Mystical Teachings, also in the pack Grasp of Phantoms, but I think we're right on with an aggro deck here. Grandassault, Cathari Bomber. Cathari Bomber is like a very, very good card, right? It deals 2. You get 2 1/1 red goblins, and then you get to unearth it and do the same thing again. We could also take a Ground Assault or an Orzhov Signet. I think we're probably going to take the Ground Assault, or most likely Naya, so I'm going to go ahead and take this. Something like Sylvan Ranger will definitely want to come up later. Madcap Skills is a good card here. We could also take the Golgari Guildgate to think about splashing Broodmage Dragon. It's just that strong. But I think Madcap Skills is pretty good. I haven't seen a ton of great removal yet in this format, the little bit I've drafted, but I'm sure there is some good stuff. So Mog Flunkies is going to be fine here, I would imagine. Giant Baiting is going to be fine, but not great. Wow, Burning Tree Emissary this late. So again, I don't know exactly the strength of the other drafters at this make-believe table, but we certainly have kind of the nuts Boros deck going, or Naya aggro deck going, I should say. Revive's not fantastic. Rock's War Monk we're not going to be taking here. No Spike Jester, no Craterhoof, although that would have went fantastically in our Umbra Rights Broodmage Dragon deck. Scourge Devil is interesting. This might just be a decent top-end finisher. I don't love Censor, Splicer, or Intangible Virtue. Could take another Madcap Skills. I think I'm just going to take a Scourge Devil. This might wheel if we learned anything from the last pack. Another Sunhome Guildmage. So now we're just locked into Naya, right? We could take a Slaughterhorn, but Sunhome Guildmages are just so strong that I gotta take it. Goblin Guide going in this deck. We could take a Vithian Stinger. This is insane with Basilisk Collar, of course, because you can give your things, you can give this Death Touch and then just do a bunch of damage to things. I think just taking a Goblin Guide in an aggro deck like this is the way to go, though. But maybe Burning Tree Emissary is better. Just being able to go Emissary, like having this sick Emissary starts is sick. I'm going to take the Goblin Guide. Why not? Ooh, Death Shadow. Call the Conclave or Sky Knight Legionnaire. Assuming perfect mana, I would probably rather have Call the Conclave, but we have so many 2s that I think I'm just going to take Sky Knight Legionnaire, and I'm not sure that our mana is going to be perfect. I think we're leaning more towards Boros than Grolp. I'm going to take a Thundersong Trumpeter here. It's just pretty good. You can make something not attack or block. And, I like to do that. Eyes in the Sky is definitely playable in this format, just like it was in RTR, for sure. Rakdos Guildgate, not really interested in that. Just going to grab a Rubble Belt Maka here. Interesting card, Spell Pierce at common. Not sure how often you're going to have to play around that in limited, but it's definitely an interesting one. Going to take another Burning Tree Emissary. These are really floating around the table. At common, it's insane. I mean, you're definitely going to face people opening weekend or 2 weekends in that are going to get the 3, 4, 5 Burning Tree Emissary deck, and they're going to go off easy Mog Flunkies, followed up by Madcap Skills. Rock's War Monk still in the pack. Don't want another Giant Baiting or Trader's Instinct, so just going to grab the Slaughterhorn. We don't have any fixing yet, but with so many Burning Tree Emissaries, we don't really need it. Here's a little bit of fixing. We could take a Sylvan Ranger, as I said, but it looks to me that we are base red-white with the 2 Sky Knight Legionnaires, the 2 Sunhome Guildmages, and the Thundersong Trumpeter. So if we are base red-white, then we'd rather have the Seaside Citadel to help us splash after that. Dragon Fodder is probably in the like Mardu Tokens deck theme strategy. I don't know if we really want another Madcap skills though, but it could be pretty good here. I don't think Dragon Fodder is fantastic. I'm going to grab Momentary Blink and Ghostly Flicker. Wow, a bomb. Falcon Wrath Aristocrat, I had a few people ask me why it was Mythic Rare and not just regular rare. It's, I think this is wrong, by the way. I think it's actually Mythic Rare. It's Mythic Rare because it's so insane as a rare. So we could definitely splash that instead of splashing... If we're playing green, we're basically just splashing, like, Voice of Resurgence. But this is just an insane splash. We don't really have the mana to do it. Maybe we'd just rather be, like, a good two-color aggro deck with Magma Jet. I think that's what I'm going to do. Oh my god, a Gorkland Rampager too? That's so sick. Just gonna take another Skynet Legionnaire here. Try to get some more 2-drops. A third Sunhome Guildmage. I don't know why we're just getting the sickest deck in the history of the world, but we are. Shout out to Gruul Ultimatum, shout out to Battle Rattle Shaman, but Burning Tree Emissary into Burning Tree Emissary into Burning Tree Emissary is a thing, and we're going to try to do it. Woolly Thoktar is definitely a card that would make this deck if we had a lot of fixing, and we're planning on still playing Naya, but we're just going to hang out with the Boros Guildgate here, not a big deal. Scourge Devil or a 6 Burning Tree Emissary? Yeah, this might be rigged. Oh my lord. Magma Jet this late. So, you know, as I've said before, I'm not sure how great all the people drafting around me are, but I think this is like a fun exercise. Gonna grab a Cruel Ultimatum, and this is like the best way for a lot of people to practice their sites like this. I don't know if this is the best site. This is I'm using draftsim.com. This is just what I was recommended by a viewer. So we're gonna kind of create our deck here. Magma Jet, Burning Tree Emissary, Sunhome Guild Mages, Rubble Belt Makas, Trumpeters, Mog Flonkies, just because it goes very well. Madcap skills, Sunhome Guild Mages, Goblin Guide is insane. Yeah, ooh, I didn't want that, sorry. I clicked some stuff I didn't actually want there. Alright, so our deck is 27 cards here, and as you see, we just have all 2-drops. Gonna take out the Ground Assault, gonna take out the Slaughterhorn, and this is 25. This is definitely a 15 landers if I had ever seen one. We're curving out at 3 basically. We do have 3 Madcap skills, which is probably a little too many. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Burning Tree Emissaries. I have no idea how that happened. Mog Flunkies isn't great normally, but it's great in this deck because not only do we have a good 1-drop in Goblin Guide and we can make some tokens to attack with them, we have Skylight Legionnaires, but we have ways to protect it like Rubble Belt Makas and Madcap skills, and we also have the Burning Tree Emissaries to go along with it. So other cards we could play is we're probably playing a Boros Guildgate here. We could play a Scourge Devil or a Dynacharge. That could be interesting. I think I like 1 Dynacharge, 2 Madcap skills, although again, Madcap skills is just another thing to play off of Burning Tree Emissary, so maybe it's just really good because of that. Anyways, I think this is the deck I would play out of what we drafted here. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Nice little 13-minute Modern Masters draft for you here on a Thursday. Let me know what you think. If you want to see more of these, hit me up in the comment section down below, and I will see you next Wednesday for some more draft. See you then.